do right.
So British. Cricket, tea and bikes.
I know, opposite sides of the spectrum. It was lovely. But you've taken on each other's accents as well, right?
Well, at times, I guess. I'm sure you do a better American accent than I do.
I'm not going to try.
Than I
But
do.
Dennis, we have it on good authority that you used to use a British accent.
When I was 15, I door to door, I sold Fuller Brushes, the Fuller Brush Company salesman, and people. I got tired of people just shutting the door on me, and so. What I would do, I just took on an English accent like that. It was really Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. And, hello, would you like to buy a bull bristle brush?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because we've got some here, just in case you wanted to kind of...
Is this a Fuller Brush?
Well, maybe not.
Because...
Is it right you did grout cleaner as well?
Yes, tile and grout cleaner. And I've got the full array of Fuller Brush products.
And so what was your spiel?
Basically, I would just, for the tile and grout and whatever you need a brush for, Fuller has it.
Right.
And, so the English accent would at least, even though it was bad, would keep them at the door.
Yeah.
Nice.
And, they would even call their entire family in because to hear the spiel.
Wow.
And that's how I started acting.
And there you go.
Yeah,
goes wrong.
Have you used that accent since?
No.
We'll leave it there for now. Now to our first major story. Coming in next week, but he didn't want to be on the same show as you.
No, he's
So
obviously
said
too.
But we last saw your character, Sydney, in the Christmas special.
Yeah.
So as far as this series is concerned, then, I mean, are we picking up off the back of that Christmas special? Is it a continual story or what? Yeah,
definitely is. I mean, it's the same formula. We've got a murder mystery a week, but the sort of overarching narratives still exist. It's 4 months on from the end of the Christmas special, and we find Sydney and Amanda in it's probably the first time in their lives they're actually able to be in love and enjoy it. They're kind of in denial a little bit. The music has moved on from jazz into sort of more rock and roll, so they're partying a bit more, and they're living in denial. They're having a lot of fun, but they are aware that they are star-crossed because they can't really be together, as we all know.
And they've got to make a choice.
They do, yes. Dennis, would you like to see James in action?
I'm definitely going to see it now.
It's love versus duty, and who can say? In those days, it should be. I should add to that in the 50s, a vicar wasn't allowed to marry a divorcee. So, if she is going to separate from her previous marriage, she becomes unavailable to him. So yeah, it's brilliant. The writing is so good. We're very blessed with some great writers who write these incredibly uneasy, ethical dilemmas, and no one really knows which one he should choose.
Yeah, the best drama is always impossible choices, right?
Yeah, it's the grey area in between. It's cool. Yeah, we're lucky.
And I mean, he has those choices, or there's that romance, blossoming with Amanda. But you have a romance. Well, James has a romance as well as Sydney on set. Yourself and Robson are quite tight, right? Yeah. But he almost killed you this time.
He almost killed me.
On set?
Yeah, you're asking if it's a lot of stunts. We have a couple of stunts.
Little stunts.
He pushed. Well, he was throwing water at me, and I fell backwards into a river. And the whole crew saw me kind of disappear underwater, and the producers were there was a gasp of fear, obviously, and Robson, I think, had
been swept away.
Yeah,
and was that part of the plan? Or no, he was just
there's
around?
quite a lot of. We do have quite a lot of fun. He has this. We basically now we're in the third series. We do obviously commit to our work and we're very focused. But sometimes we should add our executive producer's here today, so I'll read it.
Oh God, don't worry.
Yeah.
So be careful.
There's also kind of the great thing about the show is that there is a.
Oh, here's your co-star. Here's your co-star.
That's amazing. Hello.
Forget about Robson.
Dickens. Hello.
So this is Dickens.
Wow. Here's Dickens.
Hey, Paul.
Wonderful. We just opened the door and then he ran.
I know.
It's so wonderful. So this is your, and you kind of, you've helped reared him because he was a little pup, was he not, when you first saw him?
Yeah, he was tiny. So in the show he's called Dickens, and in real life he's called Dickens.
Oh, there he is.
Hello,
Very chilled.
Very chilled, yeah.
And so do you have to, bribe him on set, or is he quite well behaved?
He's pretty good. Occasionally we have to put a little sausage in our pocket, and you know.
Okay.
I need a little sausage in the pocket every once in a while
Get to that
myself.
later on, because apparently you've got bacon stuffed everywhere in your latest film, which will...
You can always make friends with bacon.
Lovely. Well, Dickens will know that there's quite a lot of residents of Grantchester. Dickens, are you going to come over here?
Making himself at home
Come on,
there.
there's a good boy. Come on over here, because we have a very special new resident here in the shape of Rachel. So, Rachel, just give us an idea of what your new role will be, as if we can't guess from what you're wearing.
From July the 6th, I will be Vicar of Grantchester and also Newnham in the city of Cambridge. But yes, I will be the real Vicar of Grantchester, as people keep telling me.
And at the moment, there is no resident vicar. So
No.
will you be moving into the vicarage and living there for real?
Next to the church, So we've been and had a look round, and very nice vicarage to move into.
Yeah, wonderful. And we've got some residents of Grantchester here as well. So what is Grantchester actually like, Maggie, in comparison to what we actually see on the telly?
We have fewer murders, usually.
Yes.
We're hoping for a more stable vicar when she arrives in July. Grantchester is a sort of suburb of Cambridge in lots of ways, but it's still it's a couple of miles away, so it's still quite rural, and so we have a very nice sort of mixed economy there, if you like. We have 4 pubs.
And you have all these screenings and all sorts, don't you?
We
Before everybody
do.
gets to see it. It's a lovely, wonderful community.
It's huge fun, and you know, we've been really thrilled to be extras on the set as well, because it means that we get to meet James and Robson and all the rest of it.
That's right.
And have cricket matches and rounders matches and the occasional pint and ice cream.
And what did you say to me about James's attire just before we came on?
I just said that James wears the most wonderful cashmere jumpers that I have ever come across.
There we are.
He's not wearing them today, unfortunately. So no cuddles.
Sorry.
Big jumper fans over here, James.
Sorry.